But I love piano sounds. But the thing is that Kanklės has piano strings. So sometimes if we put Kanklės in the recordings, someone would be like, oh, I didn't know you have a piano in there, because it's a similar quality. And the colorful Kanklės that are my brand, they also have piano strings. It's steel strings. That's why it's kind of rough on fingers. Yeah.
But I'm already. How we started?
Rolling.
No, because
5, 4, 3, 2, 6, 7, 8.
Action.
Action.
Right. Okay. Simona Smirnova.
That's me.
Hello.
Hello, Pablo. Welcome to New York.
Thank you. Welcome to Sound Angle, ANGULO de Sonido in Spanish. It's a program created by us, NAF, 9 Angles for Forte, and powered by SAE, School of Audio Engineering in Mexico. And it's about having conversations on music, music industry, audio, whatever that goes around music, right? So we're very happy to be here in New York City and talking to you. So I think I'll start explaining a little bit about you to the audience, and then I'd like you to develop your story further. We know you come from Lithuania originally, that you've been living in New York City or the US for a long time. You are a composer, a vocalist, and you play Kanklės, and you bring Kanklės with you all of the time in all of your music.
Yes.
You are into jazz, pop, folk, electronic.
Yes.
And you also have a school.
Yeah.
Which is something I'd like to talk about. You're also a brand. You sell your own Kanklės designed for you. You're an independent artist into the music business. You do your own stuff. We're also releasing a song together today, because right now it's New York City, December the 12th, Echoland Studios. But this is released on December the 18th, both the interview and the song. But we can talk about the song later. And I'd also like to talk about the possibility of sampling the Kanklės, as we once talked, in a 3D way, in a creative way, etc. But first, could you develop for us your story?
Okay, well, I come from very, if there's like a definition of humble beginnings, so it's definitely that, because I come from, first of all, I was born during revolution, so it's like a very characteristic time in Lithuania. We were breaking out of Soviet Union. We had an interesting fact that it's called singing revolution, because Lithuania is very small. We didn't have our army or weapons because we were occupied. So people would go and sing in the streets and on the highways or around our parliament.
The singing revolution.
Singing revolution, and that's 1989, and
wow.
and that's when I was born. So I feel like I was kind of born into revolutionary, rebellious spirit, and that's me. And
through music.
Through music, through non-violent resistance, and that's kind of like a vibe until now. I feel like positive, peaceful resistance against whatever. We always have something to fight for, or against something. So I was born in Lithuania, and then we had change of regime, so it was like a really rough time. And I remember my first Kanklės, I really wanted to play an instrument, and my mom took me to the music school because I asked to play something, but I didn't know many instruments. I knew guitar, and I think I've seen guitar and I've seen piano. I wanted to play guitar, but they said my hands are too small. They still didn't grow that much. They're pretty small. And I said, what are my other options? I was 7 years old then. And they're like, you can play Kanklės. Kanklės is like super non-popular. It's like the instrument it's like that trombone in the basement no one plays.
Okay. Which is why I like it.
Yeah, it's like those obscure, uncanny sort of like instruments that people don't know or don't want to play. So yes, or bassoons. So I was just like, what's Kanklės? And they took me to the room, and teacher played glissando, like through the strings like this. And I'm like, oh, this is beautiful. I want to be Kanklės player. But the context
and you were
is
7 years old.
I was 7.
Yeah.
And the context is, we live in a village. My dad was a veterinarian. We had a gazillion of animals, cows, pigs, chickens, dogs, you name it. And we lived far from this. So we lived in the village. We would have to walk for like 40 minutes to the school with my sister through the woods. And then after school, I would have to take a bus for 45 minutes to the music school, and we're talking 7-year-old. Yeah. So sometimes I would go with my sister who was 5 years old, or sometimes I'm by myself. So every Monday, Thursday, I would sit in a bus and I would go to the music school. And we also didn't have money, so we didn't have money to buy an instrument. Yeah. So my very first instrument, which is like a fun fact, now I have a custom made, I have my own line, I have all these instruments, but that's like 30 years down the road. My first instrument, the teacher just shrugged and she said, like, you can't come and practice every day because it's a long trip for you to come to the city center. So she drew on paper 29 strings for me, and she said, just put your fingers and imagine how it sounds. And that was like the first year I just played on paper and imagined how it sounds. So that was my first Kanklės. And then when we moved to a bigger town, then I was able to go and get a practice room, and I played Kanklės ever since. So that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And now I'm here in New York. So I went through music path as like traditional academic path, let's say. I was like in music.
You went to Berklee College of Music,
yes,
right?
So I went to,
so you first went to Boston?
Yes, so I would say like first it was the music school in Lithuania, the traditional classical. Then I went and studied at the Lithuanian Academy of Music and Theater for my bachelor's in Vilnius, Lithuania, and that was jazz singing performance.
Okay.
So I got my singing degree. While I was in fourth year, I auditioned for Berklee, and I got in, and I got a quite sizable scholarship, so I moved to Boston, 2012. I thought I would continue with jazz singing, but then I explored Berklee with so many great programs, and then I got into tech and composition a little bit more. So I changed my major and I went into contemporary writing and production. So that's why I started exploring audio, exploring like writing for strings, just in general, thinking like soundscape rather than a song per se, but just like sounds and what can we do with audio and acoustic sounds and performance aspect and stuff like that. And also utilizing my background, which is like very village, very like pagan tradition, ancestral practices, that kind of stuff. So it took a while. I mean, it's like a lot of
ancestral, like
Kanklės is, no one really knows, but this goes back BC as a spiritual practice.
Okay.
So it's like comes from death tradition.
Yeah.
When people die, people would believe that family member dies. One of the member would go and cut the tree and make a Kanklės. That's why Kanklės is shaped as a casket or cut-out canoe.
Oh, really?
So it represents human soul going from one side of the river to another side of the river. So it's like a transportational instrument, and you meditate with it. So that's why it has that earthy and timeless quality when we hear it. So that's, I did the like 1 degree in Lithuania, 1 degree in Boston, Berklee College of Music, and then I moved to New York, and then I started combining everything. So that's pretty much what it is now. So it's like ancient instrument in the modern idiom, in this whole climate and dynamic of independent artists who are very collaborative and very experimental.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's quite a story.
Yeah.
What made you leave Berklee? Well, I mean, you finished your degree in Boston. What made you come to New York City? Everybody wants to be in New York City for music?
I think it's like just a natural move. Most of students and friends either would go to Nashville, Los Angeles, or New York. Those are like the main, or would go back to Europe if they're European. So I did consider going back to Europe, but didn't feel like quite yet, because I released my very first album, A Hunger Artist 2017, in Boston, and I felt like, oh, this is nice. I could keep releasing music and keep doing musical stuff. And for the music I am doing and for experimental mindset I'm carrying around, and for the community building, I felt like New York is the best. Because you don't have to drive here. It's like there's like a city center and hubs and community hubs. That's important. LA is more spread out.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Plus, I don't like driving, and I'm not good at it.
No, me neither, actually. I use a bike nowadays.
Oh, that's the best. That's what keeps us in shape.
But you gotta be lucky that you move not too long distances, because if you need a car in a big city, you're in trouble.
Yeah.
But bike is the best thing you can do.
It's faster sometimes.
Yeah, and it's healthy.
It's healthy, yeah.
Except with this weather, because we're at minus 2, 3, but feeling like minus 10, according to the weather report. It was really cold.
It's really cold.
Once you moved into New York, how did you feel? Was it easy? Did you come here with a project? Or you just moved in and say, let's see what happens?
Yeah, kind of similar, but it wasn't as hard as coming from Lithuania to Boston, because my cultural shock was already done.
Yeah.
Because at the point when I moved to New York City, it was already 6 years in the US. That was hard.
So you were 6 years in Boston?
In Boston, yes. So that was hard, because Lithuania is very different. We were European Union, but we still were in local currency. So the prices are so different.
Really?
Like I paid in Lithuania at that point, 2011, I paid maybe like $100, rent per month, and then I moved to Boston. It's like $1,000 for a room.
Yes, of course.
So it was just like such a big shock, financial shock, cultural shock. Plus, Berklee is one of the most multicultural schools, so I'm exposed not only to per se American culture, but it's everything. It's people from all around the world, and you sit in classroom with musicians from all around the world. So a cultural shock is just like very surround sound, very immersive. Very immersive. It's like you have a global exposure. So I didn't understand a lot of things. I didn't feel comfy with my English. I was broke. I stayed at a friend's couch, all of that. Yeah. So it was really rough, and it was rougher than I expected. Sure. And the rough continued for a while, up until I pretty much finished college. And then I started working a little bit and teaching, and then I kind of started catching my breath. So it took like 4 years to kind of start feeling a little bit more grounded. Moving to New York wasn't that bad.
Because I was going to ask you, if, when you have, cultural shock is one thing, but then the financial thing it's another problem, but then moving into New York is still another financial problem, right?
Yeah, but I don't know. I think like once I moved to New York, I just kind of, it felt right. I was really lucky with finding apartments, finding collaborators, finding venues, and I'm like a really
So you felt it
strong.
Easy?
I wouldn't say it easy, but I felt like there's an output, and there is like you get it back. You put some work and you like receive some. I look for students, I get students. I look for venues, I find gigs.
Right.
Like you kind of like you have to go a bit in an aggressive manner, let's say. And I think that's how I did it all the time. Like very strong, very like intentional, very planned, very organized. And one thing that changed when I moved to New York, I made this like agreement with me that no matter what's the engagement, professional engagement, I'm gonna like really try to do 100%. Even if it's like a cocktail hour jazz music that maybe no one pays attention to me, I'll still practice, will be like super prepared on time and all of that. And student gigs, jazz gigs, Kanklės gigs, community gigs, everything is like, I'm not winging it, and that was my agreement with myself. And I think that living in New York like really elevated the whole craftsmanship or craftwomanship.
Really?
So, because before it would be like, I'll play then, it'll be fine, no one will, kind of like winging a little bit. And I did that quite a bit in Lithuania, and I think it's a big learning curve. When you come to New York, you go for your max performance. And then you're just like, I don't know, I wouldn't say it was hard. I would say it's interesting, engaging, it's not easy, but it's fun.
But it's interesting what you're saying, that you look for something and you get it. I mean, you get it. You put an effort into something and something bounces back to you.
Yeah.
So that's great. That's New York, I'm guessing.
Yeah. It's not for everybody.
Because you are a professional. I mean.
Thank you for saying that, and I think that New York kind of pulls out of everyone that.
Okay.
Like, if you would move to New York tomorrow, I mean, also you already have your world happening in Mexico City, but like New York has that just kind of
pushy thing.
It pushes and inspires you too.
Right.
Because of the community. Community is like so driven. And it just can't help, and you're like, oh, what you doing? What you working on? Okay, and then you just get sucked into that. It can be exhausting too, like I'm physically, sure. but it's fun. It's really something. I haven't experienced anywhere else something like that, like New York, the vibrancy of community.
Oh, that's good to know. That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why we're in a building right now where Madonna used to rehearse. So they said.
Oh, that's right. Nice.
She hired the whole floor up there or something like that.
Oh, that's
cool.
This
building, we're listening to drums there and who knows what. I'd like to talk a little bit about your music. So I heard Joan of Arc, Hunger Artist, and the Bird Song, right?
Bird Language, yes.
Bird Language. So I think they're very well-crafted records. Congratulations!
Thank you.
Yeah,
thank you.
It's to my ears, it's clear that there is a professional behind what I'm listening, both in terms of harmony, right? I think I can hear the jazz influence that you probably have in the harmonic language, and not always, but in certain parts, it's very clear to me, and. I don't know. There's also your own signature, always bringing Kanklės in, and there's also the nature signature that you want to put into that. The birds, of course, trees, etc. I don't know. Would you like to tell us something about those records that you've already produced and what's coming next?
Yeah, thank you for listening to them. That's a lot of listening to do.
No, I mean, it's, I'm a musician, I should listen, right?
Well, yeah, we
to
all
my
should.
Colleagues. Yeah.
We all should. Yeah, so I've done 4 records so far. So first was a Hunger Artist, which was sort of experimental.
So Hunger Artist was the first one?
Yeah, the first album. Yeah, Joan of Arc was also very specific because it was like written as a score for the silent film at first. So first one was a Hunger Artist was my interpretation of a literature piece by Franz Kafka, because I always try to, not always, but I really do get inspired by other forms of art.
Yeah.
So that was like my exploration through dance. At first, that album went as a dance theater performance.
Yeah.
So I performed it for a couple of years, and then I kind of tailored it to album format. And that was my Boston project. So it was string quartet, jazz combo, Kanklės, background vocals, and me. Then 2020, or 2018, I was invited to write something for The Passion of Joan of Arc, the silent film, as a live string quartet, as a live score. And we performed that in different states. I brought it to New York. I moved them to New York, and it was so awesome. We would screen, and I would conduct the string quartet as I'm watching the movie, and it's just really, really beautiful. And then COVID started, and then everything closed, and the studio still allowed up to 8 people in the studio to record. So I'm like, I have this whole 81-minute score that I'm not using. How about I tailor to album format? And string quartet is 4 string players plus me plus producer plus engineer. I'm like, oh, we can fit in 9 people capacity with the masks. So it's just pretty much what happened. It was COVID, my COVID resilience. I was like, what can I do? So that was interpretation of the live score. And I kind of miss it. Now I feel like I have to go back to strings. I feel like I always had this very strong pull to string instruments, like violin, cello, viola. Yeah. And I even it's so funny to think about. I was so punk rock. I was 16, and I'm like, I'm going to be string composer. If I want to be a good string composer, I need to take some violin lessons. So 2 years I studied violin.
Really?
So I could understand a little bit. So
well
it
done.
actually was great. I'm like terrible at it, but but I understood the positions and I understood what I can ask from other musicians.
Yeah.
And I would like go through some parts myself a little bit. So that was very nice, but I was 16. It's so funny how, you know, teenagers think, and it was true. So that was string quartet, and then I already was working on bird language, and I started traveling and touring to New Zealand and Australia every year. That was like a whole thing. I take my original songs. For the first time, I realized that I can do it. Like as a musician, I can, like if I have good charts and sort of either rehearsal recordings or professional recordings, I can go anywhere. And music like is like a global language. I can go to the most random place and I bring my charts and put a band together and I do gigs. And that's how I did like 6 years in a row, going for a month to Australia, New Zealand, and just play in jazz clubs and venues and different kind of like independent studios and stuff like that. And I kind of brushed and tailored and fixed those bird language charts until they became like an album and body of work. And then 2022 I released, and this was like probably the largest because it had 11 musicians, music video filmed in Lithuania, and I remember that was like, I did not get any funding for that. So I was it was 100% solely me saving from my teaching piano lessons.
Okay.
And I have a bit of
I was about to ask that about the funding.
Yeah, because like for Hunger Artists, I got a grant from Boston Foundation, which was awesome. For me, it was 2016 when I got it. So it's just 4 years after coming from Lithuania, and they gave me $15,000. I've never seen this much money.
To produce your own record.
Yes. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, holy shit. Oh my God. I actually can pay musicians to come to the studio. Yeah. So it was the most amazing thing. It's actually what kept me in the US, because I felt like, okay, I can actually make a record. And maybe in today's economy, 15 grand is not that big, but it's still, you can put a record for it.
Yeah, you can.
So it really changed everything. And then Joan of Arc, I didn't have like Joan of Arc was like a little cheaper because it's just 4 musicians. Yeah. So I a little bit saved. I got like a small grant from Boston, and then it just kind of was like a combo. And for bird language, I just could not get anything, and it was such a heavy project, and I would just take like 10 students a day, and I would work like 12 hours to teach piano, and I saved all of it, and I spent all of it on the record. Because I went full in. I went for vinyls, for CDs, for music video professionally done, for 11 musicians, for 2-day studio, for mix and mastering. And a Grammy campaign, so that was something. I also like hired publicists. I really was like, it was the largest project I've done, and it's so also like heartbreaking in a sense, because you think of all the artists who just kind of like they work so much to do more work. So, but I'm glad I did it, and I'm very proud of it.
I know, and you should be, and that's the way it is. I mean, if you don't like it, you might want to do something else, because that's the way music is. That's the way arts are, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
So you save to produce your own stuff, and then you keep saving to survive, and then at some point you manage to get a grant and produce, and that's the only way, I think. That's the only way.
I mean, if we feel like we have to do something, we just do it. It's like you find a way. That's
the point, that you have to feel inside that you need to do it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But
you always
no
can
one
put
is
it
asking
away.
for it. You feel the need inside to say something.
Yeah. There's one more album, the 4th one that I released 2023, Kanklės in New York, that features Kanklės solely. Yeah. And that one was also very special and specific, which I feel in terms of buzz was the most successful, which was so interesting, because bird language was like, kind of people like, oh yeah, Simona's doing just jazz stuff.
But it's well produced, and it has some electronic design, some production in there. So, but
the Kanklės, you mean?
No, the bird language. The bird language,
So Kanklės was like, it was so successful because it was like so specific. It was just about Kanklės, and it came out together with a sheet music book. So it was 14 original compositions that I wrote and notated, and I released it as a sheet music book and as an album. And it was just like this one thing. It's Kanklės compositions, and it's notated. And if people want to hear what Kanklės sounds like, because I like really pushed the envelope a little bit in terms of like a little bit bossa nova rhythm, a little bit of meditational music, a little bit of rock, a little bit of jazzy, as much as I can get.
All original music.
Yes,
you.
except there's two arranged folk songs.
Okay.
So, but everything else is original.
Okay.
So yeah, so it's kind of like, it was really, really nice. So I took that album and that project on 2-month tour in 2023 in 8 states and Berlin and Lithuania. And that was really, really nice. And that was also sponsored by Lithuanian Foundation in Chicago, so I didn't have to put my own money. And that really like changes everything also, because takes off for your shoulders.
Of course, of course.
So that was nice, and that's all. And then after that, I did like singles. So for the past 2 years, I recorded a couple of singles, collaborations with my bandmate drummer Maxime Cholet, and our collaboration that we can talk about. Yeah. And we just recorded another with Alec, which is also going to be in Dolby Atmos, our song about trees.
You announced it yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. So things are happening, brewing, musical things, human things.
I know. Oh, by the way, talking about human things. Yeah, I'd like to talk a little bit about the school. I mean, education. I mean, so many things to talk about. But before we do that, I have something for you.
Oh. Santa time.
Yeah, Santa time. So this is a gift for Simona.
Whee!
It's the same as ours.
So cool. I love hoodies, and I love the design.
Well, you don't have to put it on right now, but yeah, if you want, if you wish.
When else you get a pregnant lady with your hoodie?
I was going to bring a large one, but I think in a few months' time you won't need a large one. So. Oh, great! Yeah.
Yo 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 yo.
That sounds great. Woohoo! We've got a 9 angle quarter woman now.
Yeah, it's also very nice material. I love it. Thank you, Pablo.
Well, that's not all. I'd like to give you
oh, there's more gifts.
Yeah, for the new human being coming.
Oh, this is so. Is this like a Mexican design?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so cute.
It was picked up by my wife, Sophia.
Oh, thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Sophia.
Your next.
Oh.
Human being. We know it's a girl.
Yes.
We don't know the name yet. You don't want to reveal it. It's fine. But anyway.
This is so cute, and it's like handmade.
Yeah, it comes from the Coyoacan market. Anyone from Mexico City can tell you what Coyoacan is.
Coyoacan.
So it's Coyoacan.
Coyoacan.
Yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm thinking now? Pink Pony Club. I wanna keep on dancing on a Pink Pony Club. I wanna keep on dancing on a West Hollywood. La, na, 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 na. It's a chaperone song.
Super nice.
Yeah, I love that song. Thank you so much.
No, you're welcome.
And when the baby will watch it, she'll be like, "Mommy, ours was there."
Yeah. What's that?
What's that? Amazing. Thank you. This is very sweet.
No.
I'm gonna put it here now. So
our pleasure.
It's
really.
in the background.
Sure. Well, I'd like to cover a little bit more about.
You said the school?
School. I'm interested in music education. I teach acoustics and sound theory. I don't teach composition as such, but I'm still interested in music learning. Like sometimes I felt that academics in music can really be good or maybe not that good, right? Mm-hmm. Because I don't know, it puts you apart from the actual experience of creating music live with your body, with your voice, with the rhythm, etc. I don't know. I have mixed feelings about music education, right? I didn't a long time ago. I was completely convinced that I have to study. I have to go for everything that's there to be studied. I will study it, right? But now looking back, I'm not too sure. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
That's a really good point, because it's like really two angles.
Do you teach piano and composition or only piano?
Piano,
because you have a school, Simona Smirnova's School of Music.
Simona School of Music.
Simona School of Music.
Simona School of Music is a very specific type of brand because our mission is process-based creative learning. So it's about having music that is alive in our lives. It's not some sort of isolated, perfect musical experience, but it's something where families get together. They play together. That's why I have a strong discount system for family members. So like parents will start taking lessons, and then they get a drum set in the house, and then I'm like, how about you buy a MIDI controller, and your son or daughter who plays piano, they can put something on GarageBand, and someone starts writing songs, and I encourage them to perform at the family gatherings and weddings. And it's just kind of like I try to make music a life that is breathing with the natural life cycle, whatever that is, and whatever tradition family lives, or whatever rhythm is. So I'm really trying to engage the natural creativity that people have. Either it's children, because we also teach adults and seniors. So we all have that innate spirit for creativity. Most of us, we want to create, we want to express our feelings. Music is so vulnerable, it captures us. So I want music to be that tool to express our emotions, our hard emotions, heavy emotions, light emotions, jolly, all the things we go through. It's like such a powerful tool. For me personally, I come from such a hard upbringing, broken family, poverty, transitional time in the country. There's like so much stuff, and we all have our stories. So and music is kind of like, it takes us, it heals us, it gives us a second chance. It creates us to be someone who...
Can't believe it. That's my bro.
It gives us like second life or third life, or whatever, how many lives we need. It gives that renewal, the chance for renewal. And music took me. So I want other people to also experience that music can take them to places that they don't know they can find themselves in. So it can be physical, like countries or communities, or it could be internal, it could be spiritual, it could be something people find within themselves, they heal. So I want the music to be that tool to explore the inner and outside worlds. And that's how we teach. It's like a very process-based, it's very personal. So every time we have a new student, if it's an adult, we're like, what do you want? What do you want to compose your songs? Do you want to learn an instrument? Do you want to participate at competitions? Do you want to just have fun at home and meditate? It could be very wide spectrum, and we go with it because it's not like we do fundamentals for children, but it's not like a classical school per se. It's more of a live New York City vibe school. So that's how and that's kind of counter-answering your question, because I do have also dual feelings about music education. I spent 8 years in college, all my school times in music schools, and I think that academia is so good in some ways and so crippling in other ways. I do feel like there's so many things you have to unlearn after. And I do feel like it kind of isolates you and makes you think of yourself differently than other musicians, like let's say on the street musicians or people who play by ear. You kind of have this like a cult of notated academic music. And then at some point you start realizing that it's all kind of the same, and it's all just music, and it's all just exploring yourself. And I don't know, I feel like I became much more happier and acceptant musician when I started shedding the academic dust of me. Because I spent so many years. And then if you are a professor, so you kind of also live in that. And I'm a teacher, so I also live in it. And but it's also so good in so many ways. So it's like anything. It's good because it gives you community. It gives you access, tools, instruments that are tuned, that are maintained. You might have access to very different teachers and workshops and clinics. This is all amazing. But a lot of times it's also crippling, because you think that if you sit and practice 4 hours every day, it will just be amazing musical life, which is not true. It's it's so sad, because people spend all their lives, and by the time, I don't know, like around, let's say 30s, when they finish masters and PhDs, they're like, oh my God, I don't know who I am, and I don't know where's my place and how I'm supposed to feed my family, you know? And music is a rough business.
It is a rough business, yes.
It's rough, it's intense, and it's many times it's not lucrative, so.
Most of the time. Yeah, I'm asking because this is why, for example, I don't teach composition. I teach sound theory and acoustics because those are formulas, and this is that, and that's it. And everybody learns, everybody's happy. If I teach composition, I feel I could influence, but it could be in a bad way to a student, because I'm not too. But I'm talking about myself, you know, it's my experience. I don't know, a lot of people could have had a completely different experience that would not agree with me, but you cannot expect anything from a music school, in my opinion, in terms of becoming an actual better, well, you might become a better performer, yeah, if you practiced 4 hours a day, blah, 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 but creatively speaking, I don't know, it's still a mystery for me. It's not going to happen through school. It's going to happen, well, school might help, you know, learning complex harmony stuff, learning synthesis, whatever. But eventually, it's about, do you have something to say, yes or not? And if you want to say it, try to say it while playing. I'm not sure if you can do it only with pure imagination. I mean, you have to play, perform, I don't know.
Yeah.
And things come up while playing, or while playing with you, and you come up with, that's why I like bands. Because you have another member of the band will probably make a mistake. And you're like, that sounded great, keep doing it, you know? And that's the beauty of collaboration. Sometimes I feel like composition in my case is like, I don't want to ever be again the dictator of a composition, because I've been a dictator of composition. I've created symphonies where I control every single note, everything. And then I think I'm missing the opportunity of other brains to collaborate here and create something that no one can describe why it's good, but it's great. And you need collaboration. I don't know, that's where I am right now. Yeah. So I don't know, what do you think about that?
I totally feel what you're saying, and I think I'm also on the path towards that too. Maybe in a slightly different way, but... So
far you've composed your stuff on your own? Like you sit down, think about an idea, play, then write, and then you hire musicians, this is my record, let's do it. Okay.
Yeah, that's how I've been doing. But I would encourage the bands, because a lot of times it's like jazzy or jazz musicians, they improvise a lot, so they bring in their own musicality anyways. But I think that I'm in the path to start discovering the beauty of imperfection, and that's something to be said about academic world too, because academic world is about excellence, really perfecting the craft and making everything as tight to the grid, and like really, you know, this way. And if it's classical music, you serve the composer, and each dynamic, each mezzo forte, each staccato is perfect. Yeah. And I feel like this is all wonderful, but for me personally now, I feel like I'm trying to explore what is in that imperfect pool for me.
Right.
And there's like so many surprises. And I feel like I'm a kind of newbie in that, because I've been so much like, I'm composing, I'm notating, I'm bringing to the string quartet, I'm bringing to the studio, we're doing this, they give me no suggestion, I say yes, no, but it's my decision. And kind of going and just like jamming or just exploring or exploiting the mistake and seeing how beautiful it can be. The mistake, what was the mistake, becomes the most beautiful thing of the record or song. This is like a new thing for me. Now
back to our song, that we created this collaboration, and to me it was an honor to be able to perform in there. Because it made me feel alive again. Because I'm a rat lab. I live in my studio. Yeah, so That's the truth. No, I live in a studio. I love studio situations, recording, composing, using MIDI, scores, whatever, pretty much isolated. So performance is not really my thing. It may become one day. But the fact of performing made me feel alive again. And I thank you for allowing me doing that.
I mean, I'm so glad that we did this collaboration. And also, I learned sometimes I get like, no, this is not the way. And then I'm like, no, actually it's hip. So I'm grateful you gave me this opportunity to also have a learning curve on this, because I gave you shit a little bit. And then I'm like, no, he was actually right. It sounds great. So I'm so happy that you had that experience. And I think the song sounds great. And it's like, in my whole body of work, what I've released and released and composed and collaborated on, this is like very different from everything else I've done before. So this is like a great opportunity for me that I'm also very grateful to. Yeah,
it's good to do different things, and it's not easy to do different things, to move away from your comfort zone. But I think I'm happy with the result. We might play the song right now for the audience.
And now is the time for Leaving This World.
Leaving this world. 3, 2, 1.
But it's the heart that rose. It's not a battle stroke, it's breath. The widening river shivers over the surface. Mountains watch from the silent thrones. And even they, in their stillness, they seem to flow with us. They seem to flow with us.
Boat down a fast-running creek, it feels like trees on the bank are rushing by. What seems to be changing around us is rather the speed of our craft leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world. Running creek, it feels like trees on the bank are rushing by. What seems to be changing around us is rather the speed of our craft. Rushing by, what seems to be changing around us is rather the speed of our craft leaving this world, leaving this world. the speed of our
No longer the floor, no longer the water.
this road. In a boat down a fast-running creek, it feels like trees on the bank are rushing by. What seems to be changing around us is rather the speed of our craft, leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world, this world. Leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world. Changing around us is rather the speed of our craft. Leaving this world, leaving this world, leaving this world.
Leaving This World has just finished, and we are super happy about it.
You can clap so I can shut up.
No, but I want this to be in the video.
Yeah. I have to know when. You're fine.
I'm fine.
I'll make it work.
So yeah, that's our collaboration, and we both purposely used our instruments. You use your Kanklės, and I use my spat curve instruments. Not as main instruments; they're more like around the drums, organ, and bass, and but they're there, and we are both proud of our instruments.
That's so cool that we invented our own instruments. I think that actually follows the thought of ancient tribal meeting technology and modern, because your instruments are cutting edge new technology. My instrument is actually going back to like
ancestral times.
ancestral practices, because it's a meditational instrument related to death, and it has a bit of a modern twist. That's why it's called Kanklės in New York, because it's colorful and it's funky, but it sounds exactly as it would sound like 100 years ago. So it's very cool how we mixed ancient with modern.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, and we are leaving this world.
We're leaving this world
through the Kanklės, which was Rumi's lyrics,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
From I think it's 13th century, something
yeah,
like that.
something like that, and it's from the book that's called Bird Songs.
All right.
Yeah, which I randomly got it for my birthday from a friend, and it just appeared in my hands.
Yeah, super nice. So yeah, this is the day we release the interview and the song. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Pablo.
I hope
It's
you
been
do
a
well with
pleasure.
that song.
Yeah.
Because I'm done. I'm leaving.
I'm leaving this world.
I'm leaving this world. But anyway, there's another possibility, which is sampling your Kanklės. I would be quite interested as a cross-collaboration, brand collaboration, 9 Angles for Forte and Simona Smirnova, sampling your Kanklės at some point, and maybe create a very, as realistic as possible version of the Kanklės, as well as a creative one using 3D sound, which is like my thing, and Kanklės moving all over, or maybe even some kind of effects, I don't know.
Yeah, that sounds so amazing. It's still hard to see like how, like the possibility of it, and how does that look and sound in the technical possibilities and in the process of making it, because I haven't, I don't know how the process looks like, but that sounds so cool. In general, like for me, for someone who plays the Kanklės as the only one in the US and carrying this not tiny instrument, but like it's such a small thing in music industry. It's like this instrument who no one plays. We're such a small country in the world, and I took on this not responsibility, but just kind of like a task or mission to represent the culture and instrument in the US and globally. And this would be such a way to put the instrument on the map.
Sure.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's like so cool that someone from, I don't know, North Carolina exploring audio stuff could play Kanklės in their own way. That's so
because I'm assuming, I don't know, but I'm assuming it hasn't been sampled yet.
No.
We know.
It hasn't been recorded that much.
Okay.
It's like, it's
only
just
thanks
not,
to you,
there's some recordings that other Lithuanian artists did, but it's really not abundance. It's, I collected a little bit of cassettes, like the first recordings of Kanklės, and now as we digitalize, there's some new artists in Lithuania, but it's all like in Lithuania, like it's super niche.
Right.
So now I'm trying to put Kanklės like in like our project or my pop record that we dropped last year, Can't Get Enough single, which is completely like a dance pop song, but we used Kanklės as a color there.
I like that.
So thank you. And then just the last single I released, Dust from the Road, Kanklės drives the whole motif and the main rhythmic pattern, which Kanklės is not even a rhythmic instrument, it's more like a harmonic.
True.
So just pushing the boundaries and putting Kanklės in all these different genres and also collaborating with other artists. I collaborated with sitar player, with Indian artists, and putting Kanklės into like other folk instruments and just like other folk genres. And just kind of having it on the map slowly but surely. But it does feel like one woman labor, I
know. That's why maybe this cross-brand collaboration, NAF, Simona Smirnova, putting out to the music industry a product that's about Kanklės being sampled, both in a realistic way for whoever wants to use it realistically, and then a second version in a creative way for crazy people like me who want to use it in a exactly. But it could be a great idea. We might do it. Hopefully
really
we'll do it.
We can find a way to do that. That would be amazing. That would be amazing that Kanklės will start sounding in the records, like people would start hearing in the records, what is this instrument? And it's like, it's a Lithuanian folk instrument.
Sure, I mean, it's much easier when you have it sampled, because otherwise things become very complex. You need a Kanklės player, which is only you, and then you need a studio, and then you need blah blah. And that's why sampling instruments are like cheating, but at the same time they're very convenient. And in my opinion, I would use it creatively, right? Instead of trying to imitate a real Kanklės, but that's you, right? I would use it creatively, but anyway, they're useful. Sampling instruments are very useful, especially when they come with a behavior. Like not only a picture of the sound, but it comes with a behavior, Yeah,
that's a good way of saying it. So we manifest that into the world on this YouTube channel, and as me manifesting a new human a year ago, I should be careful what I say, because I was telling yesterday that a year ago I was like, I'm gonna stop doing birthday shows because I'm gonna create some space for new things in my life, and I got pregnant. So now I'm manifesting that we're gonna be able to put Kanklės on the map worldwide in your instrument. 9 angles, 4 forte.
Yes.
So we have Kanklės in that too, and I'm manifesting, and that's, knowing the timeline, like within a year should be moving forward.
Yeah, totally. Well, it's been such a pleasure to be here in New York City with you. Would you mind telling the audience, how can the audience find you? Your social media, we already talked about your records, but your social media, etc. How can people find you?
Well, thank you so much for visiting me and coming to New York, and thank you for including me into your YouTube channel. It's been
my
an
pleasure.
honor.
Yeah.
I think it's a very unique time and unique collaboration, which I'm very excited about. I'm very findable. I am on social media as Simona Smirnova. I can spell that Simona, as Simona, Smirnova, as Smirnova.
Smirnova. Because I was pronouncing Smirnova.
I know, but that's okay. But it's Smirnova.
Okay.
Yeah, like vodka. Smirnov.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Like vodka, yeah.
Like vodka. So it's not an ad. So
Well, don't
pregnant
give me
woman
ideas.
advertising vodka. That's wonderful. So Simona Smirnova, Instagram, and I have a YouTube channel with full body of work and plenty of music videos that I created together with my friends and colleagues. I do Facebook quite a lot, like old people, like my students say, oh, Facebook is for old people. I'm like, thank you. I love Facebook. I don't do TikTok because it's a little too much for me.
Yeah, that's for younger people.
That's for
we don't
younger
understand
people.
TikTok.
That's gonna be maybe from not from daughter, hopefully. No TikTok. So YouTube channel is the best. Instagram is great. Facebook is great. I have a website, www.simonasmirnova.nyc, because one day I lost .com. So simonasmirnova.nyc. There's all calendar, schedule of performances, and I also have a newsletter, monthly newsletter that people can sign up on my website. And I send once a month, like a little bit of a news releases, a bit of a personal letter to my audience. And I've been doing this. Fun fact: I've been doing newsletter for over a decade, and I did not skip a single month.
Wow.
It's kind of crazy. I have like this, maybe I'll publish as a book one time, like the body of work from 2016, I would say, or 2015, every single month.
Yeah, because I remember your openings, they're like artistic, they're like a thought or a poem or something.
Yeah. So it's a very nice way. So I'm like, what was I doing 2017 April? And I just click on and I'm like, oh, I know what I did. So that's a good way of engaging. So I'm very findable, Googleable, Simona Smirnova, Kanklės, global ambassador for Lithuanian zither Kanklės. That's also another way of saying. And just a spirit of New York music art scene.
Yeah. Well, amazing. Simona, thank you very much. We wish you the best, and we look forward to know about your new little human girl in February.
She's gonna have tiny Kanklės. We will make her little one.
Oh yeah, you should.
This size.
Yeah. I tried to make a hoodie for her.
Oh
yeah, I tried, but it wasn't possible.
That's okay.
And I thought maybe that's not a good idea. Not for a baby,
she'll
right?
grow, and we can use S size when she can.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Pablo.
Thanks to you. It's been a pleasure, Simona. Thank you, and stay tuned for Sound Angle and for our song "Live in This World," which is premiered today along this interview. So see you soon.